Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about how we can find missing angle measures using what we know about pairs of angles. So just a quick review, that supplementary angles are two angles that add up to 180. You will not be told in these problems, hey, these two angles are supplementary. What you're probably going to be looking for is a line like this that's split. Because a line is 180 degrees, these two angles, angle X plus angle Y, I know has to add up to 180. And we're going to talk about how we can find those two angles. Same thing with complementary. Remember, complementary are two angles that add up to 90. And so a lot of times you're not told, hey, you have two complementary angles. You're given a picture like this with that 90-degree angle and it's split. So because we're splitting a 90-degree angle, I know when I add them together, I get 90 degrees. And remember that vertical angles are congruent. In other words, they have the same measure. And so again, vertical angles are like 1 and 2. So if I know what angle 1 is, I can certainly find angle 2 because it has to be the same thing. So let me give you some examples. So let's start with some vertical angles. I gave you one similar to this. If I know that this angle is 30 degrees right there, okay? And you're asked to find the other three angles, 1, 2, and 3, all right? One angle you know right away is angle 2. Angle 2 has to also be 30 degrees because these two are vertical, therefore they're congruent. They have to be the exact same measure. Now, the question is, how do we find angle 1 and angle 3? Okay, they are not going to be 30 degrees. They're not going to be the same thing. But if you look right here, okay, you have, so this is that 30-degree angle and this is angle 1. Those are on that line like I just had in before I erased it. That means that this angle and this angle have to add up to 180 degrees, okay? That means 30, because this angle's 30, plus angle 1, whatever that is, has to equal 180 degrees. So if I want to know what angle 1 is, some of you can do this in your head, but I can solve. Angle 1 equals 150 degrees. So angle 1 is 150 degrees. Now because angle 1 is 150, angle 3 is vertical, it has to be the exact same thing. So it is also 150 degrees. So there we use vertical angles and supplementary to find our missing angle measures. You may be given some problems that look like this. Okay. So this, because we're on a line, we know that that's 180 degrees. So we know that this 130-degree angle plus this angle, which we don't know what it is, but we know that it's equal to 2x, has to add up to 180 degrees. So what we've done is we've gone ahead and set up an equation now that we can solve. We're going to find x. Once we know x, we're going to plug it back in right there. So subtract 130. 180 minus 130 is 50, which actually that tells you what that angle is. So x is 25. So because x is 25, I have to take 2 times 25. So the missing angle is 50 degrees. Not the best example because we kind of knew right here it was going to be 50. So let me give you a couple others. Okay. Okay, so again, because these two angles are on a line, I know that if I add this plus this, I get 180 degrees, okay? So this first one, I need the entire thing, x plus 20. So angle 1 is the whole thing, x plus 20, plus the second, which is just x, has to equal 180 degrees. So before I draw my balance scale and solve, I do need to add my like terms. So 1x plus 1x is 2x. Drop my plus 20 That equals 180. Now I can solve this equation for x. So 2x equals 160. Divide by 2, x equals 80. Now I'm not done. Just because I found x equals 80, I am not done with this problem. Okay, I don't want to know what x is. I want to know what my two angle measures are. So now I need to take x equals 80 and plug it back in here. So instead of x plus 20, it's 80 plus 20, which is 100 degrees. So this angle is 100 degrees. And instead of x, it's 80. So this angle is 80. So everywhere I see an x, I'm going to plug the 80 back in and find my angle measures. Now quick check, 100 plus 80 is 180. So I am correct. Now with this one, these two angles this time are adding up to 90. Okay, they're making a 90-degree angle together. So that means when I add them together, I get 90 degrees. So this angle is x, and this angle is the entire thing, 2x plus 30. And I know adding the two angles together gives me 90. Again, I'm going to add my like terms first. Okay, and now I can solve this equation for x. Subtract 30, 3x equals 60, divide by 3, x equals 20. So again, I'm not done. I don't want to just know what x is, I want to know my angle measures. So now I take the 20 and I replace every x I see with 20. This one's pretty easy. That just means it's 20. This one, instead of 2 times x plus 30, I'm going to take 2 times 20 plus 30. 2 times 20 is 40. 40 plus 30 is 70. Quick check, 20 plus 70 is in fact 90 degrees. And so I have the right answer. So that is how you will find a missing angle using our pairs of angles.